I'll do my best.
We are neither nutritionists or medical providers. The topics discussed on this show are from our own research and experiences. Please consult your medical provider before attempting anything discussed on this show. Welcome to another episode of
Sjogren Strong. I'm Brian.
And I'm Lupe.
And we kind of did that backwards. This is your podcast discussing how to live an active and healthy lifestyle despite a diagnosis of Sjogren's.
I'll get it right eventually.
Hey.
I think I'm too focused. I'm looking at myself and I shouldn't be doing that, but I'll get it right eventually.
Welcome, everybody. For those of you listening on Facebook, watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, we appreciate you being here, sharing this time with us.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Happy hump day. I'm going to say that forever.
Day it is. So over the weekend, for those of you who follow us on Instagram or TikTok,
we
went out for a bike ride.
We did.
And it was warm, but we were early.
It was still warm, though.
It was a bit warm. And, you know, she, in a very safe manner, had the phone out in front of her, riding her bike, doing a live on Instagram, and then we posted it to TikTok.
I went live on Instagram stories and just a couple of videos, and then I downloaded it and I said, why not? I'm going to post it to TikTok too. So I did that. No love though. I think I got like 6 likes, but hey,
you got to start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere. Anyways,
TikTok's been kind of a fun platform to play around, but you know, if you have time to waste, get TikTok.
Don't get TikTok. You spend hours and hours just wasting your time. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Pretty amazing. Hey, before we get to the meat and potatoes of today's show, I guess I'm hungry. I said meat and potatoes. It's dinner time here in California.
Yes, it is.
Meat and potatoes of today's show. Lupe's got a couple of items she wants to share with you.
I was just going to interrupt you and say, no, wait. Okay, so last week I was showing you a lot of props, and I talked about a personal humidifier that I did not have, but I brought it in today, and I wanted to show you. It's about the size of a grapefruit. See, if I put my hands together, it's about the size of a grapefruit, and it's by Homemedics. I love Homemedics, and I don't know if you'll be able to see the steam.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to put it against the black background, but I added distilled water, and look at it. It's awesome.
And this is the one you keep at your desk?
Yes.
At work?
Look, mist is all the way up here. It's hard to see. I know.
It's mystifying.
But yeah. So anyways, I have one at home in my home office. I have one at work. And then I bought this one here because everybody needs 3 humidifiers, right?
Who don't?
Little ones. Aha. And just for fun, to keep me hydrated, check it what I bought. I bought a little piggy water dispenser, right? And you put in your little cup right there, and it dispenses water. It's going to help me keep hydrated. I saw it on TikTok, and it was just for fun.
That just reminded me, when we hike, if you kick a rock or stumble or trip a little bit, you know, as you get tired, your toes start stubbing the ground. We have a saying:
if you're tripping, you're sipping.
You're sipping. And
so
that helps us stay hydrated.
Every time I trip anywhere, wherever, whatever I'm doing, if I trip, I have to sip. So
Got to sip.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, that was fun.
The water dispenser is pretty cute.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you guys want a link, I bought it on Amazon. And I just looked like piggy water dispenser, and they have frogs, and it's just fun. I'm just doing it for fun, right?
Who doesn't need an 8-ounce piggy water dispenser?
You have to make drinking water fun.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of making things fun,
yeah,
let's talk about something that you don't think is fun at all.
What's that?
Staying organized.
Staying organized is very, 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 very hard for me, which is really weird because I'm organized at work. I have to stay organized at work because I need to find everything, right? But at home, I think I get a little bit lazy.
Yeah. So this kind of came to light. Last weekend, I was replacing the battery in the Jeep. And and I needed some zip ties to get some lighting wires up out of the way.
I was his helper.
And I'm like, Lupe, grab some zip ties.
I'm like, how do I know where your zip ties are?
They're in the yellow toolbox down there.
I'm like, so I went and I grabbed them. They were right there where he said. And I'm like, how do you know where the zip ties are? How do you know where you keep them?
Because that's where they belong. Right there in that yellow toolbox.
I never would have found them.
But this got us thinking a while back. I don't think we really discussed it on the show much. A while back, she has some shelving on her side of the bed. And it became a place to stack clean clothes.
Or dirty if I wanted to wear them again. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
She said that. And I'm like, we really need to organize things up a little bit, get a little out of control. And I'm the guy that's baby steps. And if something seems overwhelming, break it down into manageable pieces. You don't have to clean the entire row of shelves today. Start with a stack of clothes on that shelf. And if that's all you can get through, awesome, you made some progress. You're going to have a sense of accomplishment after you did even just one stack, right?
Right.
But you crushed it. You did that whole shelf.
I did that and more. And I don't even know how I did it because the thought of just getting started, I think I go through all the steps in my head and I'm going to make a mess and then I have to clean it up and it's going to be a bigger pile, bigger mess. And it's just overwhelming at times.
But you asked for help.
Yes, I did.
And this is the crazy thing about her sometimes. I'll bring her a bag. And when that bag's like half full, I get it out. I take it away from her because I'll go back in and check on her and she'll be like, I really want those yellow ones. Let me find the yellow ones.
Don't say that.
I don't know why I put them in there. So if I remove it, so I'll remove 2 half bags, make them 1 full bag, and then I've got an empty bag to give back to her.
Because I'm looking at this thing and it still works. So he wants me to throw it away. Why? If you haven't, what's your saying? If you haven't used it in 6 months or if it doesn't bring you joy, throw it away. I'm like, it still works though. It's almost brand new. I took it out of the package 3 years ago and I never used it.
Okay, speaking of still working, those corduroys you had from the 6th grade, yes, they still work. They were still pants.
They didn't even fit in one leg. Couldn't get him up past my knees. It was funny.
But the cool thing is you break it down into manageable pieces. And part of staying organized is having manageable amount of stuff, right? Who in their right mind needs 15 boxes of the same size paperclip? 15.
He's exaggerating. I don't have 15 boxes
anymore.
I threw some away because I did. I had a bunch. You know what? I remember I clipped them all together. They kind of coiled like into like a snake or a scorpion or whatever. It was funny.
But I mean, and just because I choose to live life that way, if I haven't used it in 6 months, it doesn't bring me joy, get rid of it. I don't expect everybody to, but having a smaller amount of things, it's easier for me to stay organized and it's easier for me to put things in their place and know exactly where they are when I need them next time. And I guess that's the way I just enjoy living life. I like to know where things are. It frustrates me. So we just moved to a bigger studio. The space I had before was smaller. It was an office and a booth. And then we had a little cubicle outside. We now consume more space. And I'm constantly taking my glasses off and maybe I'll set them in the engineer booth and I'll walk back to my desk like, oh, where are my glasses? And even that bothers me to the point I'm going to go get one of them little ropes that you put. I don't know what they're called. Glass.
Put them in your pocket.
But they're not meant to be like in a pocket. They're kind of thick, even when folded up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I need to remedy that. So I'm not running around looking for my glasses because I'm wasting time and that frustrates me. Right?
I agree.
Right. So we actually got rid of quite a bit of stuff and we didn't throw anything away. If it was trash, we threw it away. Other than that, we put things in bags and took them to the local Goodwill and made the donation, which also helps others out, which is kind of cool.
That day, it was the day or the weekend. It was just one day, right? Saturday or Sunday. Yep. And So I cleaned out the shelves on my side, and then the dresser on his side, which also contains my clothes, and then the shelves in the closet. Guys, I got rid of 10 bags, 10 big trash bags full of clothes. And it was nice clothes. Some of it still was nice tags on it, and it just really pained me to get rid of it. I think that's why I just let everything pile.
But
So,
but you have so much more room now, and your clothes are much more organized.
yeah.
You're actually wearing things now that you haven't been able to find.
I was like, ooh, new clothes, and really it's old clothes, and I just haven't been able to find it in my closet. But yeah. So it did help me. So I'm trying to stay organized. I'm trying to become a minimalist. I got a long way to go, but I'm trying.
but let's circle back to the whole, hey Lupe, grab your camera stuff. Let's go take pics. If you're organized and you don't have a bunch of clutter in the way, it's easy to go, yeah, let's do it. Grab the bag, charge batteries up, and we're ready to go. And that's where we want to be, to help us be more spontaneous, to say yes instead of coming up with an excuse. What are the excuses?
I'm not feeling well. I'll do it later. I couldn't get to it.
Instead of coming up with an excuse, it's just easy to grab and go because we know where it is. We don't have a bunch of clutter in the way. We're as organized as we can be, and life is good.
I mean, I kind of know where it's at. I know it's in my sling bag in the closet, in the spare bedroom somewhere. I don't exactly know where all my equipment is, but yeah, do I want to go take pics? Yeah, but I just need to get organized. I know that about myself.
And we all do from time to time. You know what's really weird? I had this conversation with a buddy. When I'm unorganized, task-wise, to-dos, I need to send that email, I need to finish this proposal, I need to do this, and this. I get this level of anxiety to where I shut down and I go clean something. And I put 2 and 2 together, and this is just my own hypothesis, put 2 and 2 together that I feel so out of control with this aspect of my life. I'm going to go do this because I can control it and still make progress.
You're good.
But the big things that I need to get done aren't getting done because I'm over here organizing sockets or some silly, I don't want to say silly task, but something that isn't a priority, but it makes me feel better because it's something I can control. And that's my own personal hypothesis based on the way I work and live. Who knows if there's any truth to it or not, but that's the truth I came up with.
If I know that I'm going to have to find something or need something in a month or two, I'll be like, Brian, can you hold this for me? I'll just ask you because I'll forget.
and you know what one of my big challenges is? You've heard me deal with this challenge for a long time. I enjoy the tactile feel of pen to paper. However, we have all these digital tools to where I can make a note on here and then I can go open it up on my computer if I happen to be at my computer. Or crap, I need to check that list and I'm in another part of the office. I can just log on really quick and get that list. To where if I wrote it down in a day planner of some sort and that day planner was at my desk, I would have to go back to my desk to get that list. And should I be digital? Should I be paper? Should I be digital? Should I be paper? And I go back and forth, but I've been forcing myself to stay digital because of the convenience of it.
I like paper.
You do like paper.
See, I like my notes right here.
And there's no right or wrong way. It's what works best for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And as long as you can find your piece of paper, you're good.
I know where I keep my paper.
You know, that is one thing you're pretty organized about. Your 42 journals.
You know what? That's more clutter. So I don't know why when I go to the store, TJ Maxx, wherever I go to the stationery section, for school supplies.
Junkie.
And I love office supplies. I'm feeling down. Oh, let's go to Staples, buy some office supplies. You know what I mean? It makes me happy. So I go to TJ Maxx.
Candy cane paper clips.
So I go to TJ Maxx and I go and I buy notebooks or journals because one day I'm going to write in them. Never. We actually donated a bunch to Goodwill.
We did.
That's funny.
But and we're not coming down on anybody. You live your life how you want to live your life. These are things that we've identified that we're not walking to take pictures because we've got some clutter in the home office, the spare bedroom, and we don't quite know where all that equipment is. And it's going to take some time to find it and then break it out and this lens with this camera and make sure everything's squared away and serviceable and ready to use. So it's easy to go, I'll do that later. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. And today's Wednesday.
Still haven't done it.
Right.
So, but this is my question though. I mean, because I've asked some showies, my friends, if they're organized, and they have like the same issues that I have. I wrote a list here, and they have the same issues. Is it because of chronic illness? We're going to run out of energy, and we know we're going to run out of energy, so we don't want to get it started. I mean, because you never get like that.
Who wants to spend Saturday cleaning and spending your spoons when it's a beautiful day out?
That's why I don't do it, because I don't want to use up my spoons.
And that's a valid reason. However, these things still need to get done. So, we talk about making lists, and not just making a list, because it's easy to fill up a list of to-dos. I could sit down right now and probably fill a sheet of paper, but then prioritizing those to-dos. Now, it's easier for me because I can say, this is important, this is important, this is important, this is important, and not worry about how much energy it's going to take me to do any of them, because I have more spoons, bigger spoons. What do I have?
You have unlimited amount of spoons.
Are they bigger though?
I think so, because you're bigger. Because you're bigger. Because you're bigger. You got bigger spoons.
To where she has to factor in expended energy into that task to prioritize it. And we've talked about this before, and Susan Barajas said it best is, you wake up, you're feeling good. Do I do the heavy lifting now, knowing I have something to do later? Or I do a few light things now, so I have energy to go do that fun thing later. And that's a concern I don't have. And that's something she has to factor in, and you guys as well.
I mean, most of my energy I have when I wake up in the morning and I want to do whatever I want to do, right? Because if I get out of bed and go sit down, I'm going to stay down for hours. And
it's over.
Anyways, we're getting off topic.
No, that's there. Make a list. It's on your list.
Okay, so make a list and prioritize it. Yeah, we spoke about that. Cut the clutter. Have you used it right in 6 months?
Yep.
Does it bring you joy?
Does it?
Not really.
Does
it's hard to toss it though, right? I don't know.
Does it?
Make a plan that works for you. I mean, we've kind of did. Yeah. We talked about that, instead of cleaning the entire room, a shelf at a time. So it works. It works. Most importantly for me, I ask for help. I couldn't.
And when she asks for help, I jump up, and if she's gonna use some of her spoons to organize, declutter, clean, I got your back. I'm there, because sometimes she doesn't. So
I ask when I want to clean, Brian, bring me bags, okay? And then he's checking on me every half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, because sometimes it takes me a while, right? And I throw it away, and I put it in bags, and then he takes it somewhere else, because if he leaves it there, you know what I'm gonna do? Take it out.
That yellow one. She'll find that yellow one.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, if you live alone, do you have a neighbor? Do you have a friend? Do you have a great niece or somebody that can help? Because we do understand that, some of the things, just the mere weight of the task, it's going to overwhelm some to go, I'll do it later. And then things don't end up getting done.
Yeah. Let me read a comment here. Susan Barajas said, I do what Brian did. I break a task down into small bits. As an example, I'll clean the house one room at a time rather than being overwhelmed about a big task. Yep. Right on.
Yep. I mean, we've got some bookcases in the living room, and some days I'm like, look, let's work on the bookcases, because they contain things other than books now. And maybe a bookcase is just too much right now. So let's work on a shelf. And that's just breaking it down into those manageable pieces. And if that's all you have energy for or time for is one shelf, you're still making progress.
Or
For sure.
pay the neighbor teenager to dust your house. Yay! That's a good one.
Definitely. So I think we pretty much run through everything. We talked about donations. Talk to me about be kind and understanding and patient with yourself.
Well, I mean, sometimes I find myself, I'm hard on myself, I get down on myself because I'm too tired to do it, or, I don't want to use my spoons. And sometimes I do have spoons, but I think sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'm a little bit lazy because
One time she saved her spoon to use a spoon to eat ice cream.
I always use spoons for ice creams. But, just accept your limitations. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
It's important.
And just because you wake up feeling good, don't feel like you have to do some of the heavy lifting. Maybe it's a day to take care of you. Take your shoes off, feel your foot in the sand or on the grass, feel the sun on your skin, feel the breeze in your hair. Go to that museum, hit the mall, go to your favorite coffee spot. It's okay to just take some me time. Do your nails, pedicure, whatever you're into.
That's what save your spoons for that, because that matters too. I think a lot of the times, because I'd rather go to and do something fun, I don't clean, or don't declutter. But yeah,
and that's human nature.
Your mental, because your mental well-being matters, right?
It does.
That's why you have to be kind to yourself and surround yourself with people that make you feel like sunshine.
Like sunshine.
You make me feel like sunshine. You are my sunshine.
Well, hey, everybody. This, believe it or not, do you know what episode number this is?
I think 99.
It is 99. 100's next week.
Wow, guys, we made it. We made it to 100. Almost.
Took
next
a little
week.
break, but we're back.
Because I had to organize my thoughts, my mental health. That's important. So, you have to listen to your body and do what you need to do for yourself.
And you stepped up and doing video, which is cool.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
Cool. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us on this Wednesday evening or night if you're on the East Coast. We appreciate you spending time with us. Listen, hit us up in the comments. Let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about. Let us know if there's anything that you would like discussed. If we are not subject matter experts, we'll do our best to find one for you.
And we are reaching out to people, and we want to have guests like we did before. Yep. So we're working on that. And
some of them might be live sitting here in this very studio.
That's right.
Yep. So hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now TikTok.
Oh my goodness, that's TikTok. So funny. I'm gonna blow up. Watch, I'm gonna blow up, and I'm gonna be skateboarding with my cranberry juice too.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Anyways, I think that's all we got for today.
Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will talk to you next week.
And until next time, sip constantly and stay hydrated, guys.
Bye now.
Have a good one.